This brings us to a crucial concept, soil quality, also known as soil health. A lot of this semester we'll be learning how to assess soil health. This refers to the soil's capacity to provide its needed functions for human or natural ecosystems over the long term, including sustaining plant and animal growth, maintaining air and water quality, and supporting human health. A high quality soil keeps forests healthy, grows excellent crops, and supports effective landscapes. Unfortunately, we also see soil degradation, which is simply the loss of soil quality. Since soil is intimately connected to water, soil degradation often means water quality problems too. Examples of degradation include water and wind erosion, pollution from chemicals, desertification or conversion to desert, right? Changes in soil chemistry like acidity or salinization, and a concerning loss of soil organic matter. A UN report even estimates degradation of 4.7 billion acres of land worldwide. That's a lot when we only have a finite amount of arable land. So what can we do? A major goal of this course is to present ways to prevent these problems and conserve soil quality. This involves understanding basic soil processes and management, but also implementing specific actions we call best management practices, or BMPs. These are practical, effective methods that preserve our soil and water resources. Some examples, and you're going to hear a lot of these over and over again, things like mulching, cover cropping, conservation tillage, and a big one, maintaining organic matter in various ways. Another aspect with the water side of things, rain gardens is effective, intercept runoff. Of course, it also filters water, and there's going to be a lot of different things that I'll be talking to you about that would be best management practices. Hopefully, you'll be able to apply them in some of your other classes, especially like the forestry and wildlife management plans, and maybe even water quality. So far, we've mainly focused on human uses of soil. But it's crucial to remember that soil plays a critical role in natural ecosystems too. The types of living things that reside in an area depend heavily on soil and climate, right? Temperature and amount of precipitation, as these two factors define the availability of essential resources like temperature, moisture, and nutrients. In any given area, soil moisture and nutrients largely control the nature of plant communities, the base of any ecosystem. So let's look at this diagram out of your textbook. This is what you call an ordination diagram, and it's forest communities in Minnesota. And the way these work is as a way of visualizing kind of statistical analysis. You have two variables here. You got moisture and you got nutrients. And as you go from left to right, nutrients becomes more rich. And as you go up, moisture levels are more wet. And if you look at this community here, this represents a community that is nutrient poor, right? But very wet. And this is black spruce sphagnum bog in Minnesota. But then you travel to, say, this light green area. This would be a forest that we have around here, maple basswood forest. And you're going to have kind of a medium moisture and rich in nutrients. This is Jack pine here. It's going to be drier kind of lower on the nutrient scale. So you can see the different conditions dictates what plant communities exist there. Finally, let's consider the critical connection between soil and our changing global climate. Climate affects how we use soil, and importantly, how we use soil affects the climate. This means future public policy will undoubtedly influence soil usage. As we discussed earlier, soils interact with the atmosphere through gas exchange. Some of these gases are considered greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide, that can trap heat in the atmosphere. Now, soil is one of the planet's largest reservoirs of carbon, stored as organic matter. If we lose soil organic matter from our fields, more carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere, contributing to some of the effects pushing along climate change. Conversely, if we increase soil organic matter, carbon dioxide is withdrawn from the atmosphere, helping to moderate those effects on climate change. Modern conservation tillage, for instance, increases soil organic matter, while older conventional tillage reduces it. Converting land to permanent grass cover, as seen in this image from the Conservation Reserve Program, also stores large amounts of carbon. This process of storing carbon in soils, plants, or elsewhere is called carbon sequestration. And the locations where it is stored are called carbon sinks. Agricultural and horticultural lands have immense potential as carbon sinks. It's even possible that in the future, growers might be able to compensate for renting their land as carbon sinks, receiving carbon credits for their sustainable practices. There is companies out there that will survey large tracts of land to be able to sell these carbon credits to businesses and manufacturers to try to be more carbon neutral, as long as those government plans hold up. You know, there's that balance between science and non-science, which we've talked about in environmental science. Politicians are just advised by scientists, and they have to work together for this sort of thing. So, fortunately, this whole soil organic matter, it's a big answer to a lot of soil management practices. It improves soil quality and crop productivity while sequestering carbon and maybe mitigating the effects of climate change. So it's a win-win. To summarize, the significance of soil is truly multifaceted. First, soil performs essential ecological functions that support all life on Earth, including supporting plant growth and recycling and restoring carbon and nutrients and purifying our air and water. Second, soil directly provides plants with anchorage, water, oxygen for roots, and nutrients. It achieves this through a unique three-phase system of solid particles, water, and air within its pore surfaces. And third, we humans inhabit the soil surface, using it for a wide range of agricultural and non-agricultural purposes, from growing food and timber to recreation, engineering, and waste disposal. This lecture has highlighted how crucial soil is and the reality that our global soil base is shrinking due to urbanization and degradation, while our population continues to expand. This emphasizes the urgent need to use and conserve soil correctly. As future natural resource professionals, Your role will become increasingly complex, extending beyond just growing crops to preserve soil and water quality, growing biofuels, and actively sequestering carbon to moderate climate change. Understanding soil is not just about farming, it's about the sustainability of our entire planet.